Hi, and welcome to Stamp with Ginny. Today I'm going to share with you some tips and tricks for using our new blending brushes. These blending brushes come in a pack of 3 and they're thick and luxurious. I think you're really going to enjoy using them. So let me set this aside and I'll show you how I got started. I have 3 ink pads here. I've got my Daffodil, my Coastal Cabana, and Granny Apple, and I've got a piece of basic white cardstock. Now I'm going to use one blending brush per color for this. The blending brushes do stain a bit, but they can be cleaned. So let me pick up the Daffodil Delight. I'm going to do that simply by rubbing it across the top to get some on my brush. Now this will use a lot of ink off your pad, and as you can see, simply loading my brush that little bit has left this little light spot on my pad since it's on the drier side. So you'll want to re-ink frequently when pulling the ink from your pad. I've got it on my brush now, and I am going to start by tapping or starting off of my cardstock because that's going to give me a smooth transition. The head on this is flexible. I like to put my finger on the top so it applies even pressure. Now when you pick up your ink, if you don't tap off and start off the cardstock, you're going to end with this heavy line of ink, and it's going to be more difficult to blend in, as you can see. I'm going to go on to my Coastal Cabana here, and I'm going to show you another method. This protects your ink pad a little bit and allows you to use a little less ink. I've tapped my ink pad onto my clear block, and I'm picking the ink up off of my clear block. This also allows for a little smoother application, but you'll still want to tap off or start off your cardstock so that you don't have that dark hint of color like you would when you first pop it down onto the cardstock like I did here. When using the large block, you've got plenty of room to add a second color, like I'm going to do here with the Granny Apple. Pick that ink up, tap, and then bring it over so that you have this nice smooth area. Now for blending the colors, I've refreshed my Granny Apple and my Coastal Cabana here, and I'm going to pick the Daffodil up right off of my ink pad. Remember, I'm going to start off so I get that nice smooth look. I'm going to lay my lightest color in first, which is this Daffodil, and then I'm going to come in and pick up my Coastal Cabana, once again starting off and sliding across my cardstock. So I've got a nice smooth transition. And then I'm going to pick up my Granny Apple here, starting off and bringing it across my cardstock. Now this ink is juicier, and you're going to see that with the color, where you need to start off the cardstock a little bit more because you want to make sure that you have a smooth application. Now, once you have your colors on here the way you want them, I like to come back with my Daffodil and blend all the colors together. It just kind of smooths things out, and it won't hurt your brush, as you can see. Now, as far as cleaning these brushes, you have several choices. I simply like to run mine under warm water, rubbing my finger across the top of it until the color is gone and the water runs clear. But if you wanted to keep a brush for a specific color, you could simply take your brush and blend or rub it against your grid paper until it is clean, and that will remove enough of the ink so that you can set it to the side and use it for the yellows again. Or you can keep a blending brush per color if you would prefer. And of course, no matter how you clean our blending brushes, I think you're really going to enjoy them. And since they come in a 3-pack, they're a great value. If you'd like any of these products, feel free to stop by my online store. You can get there from my blog, Stamp with Ginny. Thanks for joining me.